D&D.
Yippee!
We're playing D&D on God's Day. That means we should always have this religious ceremony. What? I can hear it.
I can. Yeah,
it's quiet, but I hear it.
I can't.
And the music is real.
Yeah, I got no music.
Anthem, you have to let go of the music. The accident was 12 years ago.
That's when music died. There's no more recession anthem. Nice.
Yeah!
Lots of stuff happened all at once.
A second god has hit the South Tower.
Oh God.
Why did you have to do that to us, huh? I'm sorry.
Shut up, our boss. Amazing way to put that. You're
From the way
not.
Bro was
I just
catatonic,
love
Sarah-
it.
From the way Bro was catatonic, Saris, you might not even actually have a dad.
I don't know anymore. We'll find out. It's written in the wrinkles of your brain. They spell out words that only you can read. Tattooed it on.
It's in the archives. And the
Yeah.
archives is your mind.
Yeah, the Anthers
Your
archives
brain
are just
palace.
your brain.
Okay.
That bear's looking at me.
Yeah, this bear looking at me funny.
It's looking at
Knowing
me
smile.
A fireball centered in the room.
funny. You can't do that. Yeah.
Damn.
I think Noct would actually have his helmet off and just be like I could roll insight on everybody, but I mostly just want to get a vibe on how at least my 4 friends are doing at an immediate glance.
Very antsy. Yeah, I figure Venari is keeping herself fairly busy, like just walking around checking on the people who are there and helping who she can. Very much just trying to keep herself occupied.
Nort has most likely been sticking near-ish to Chadwick. You can probably infer a degree of antsiness as well from the way in which their hands are just, once again, almost habitually practicing somatic gestures for magic. But you get the feeling that it's probably, in this case, less of the habit and more self-soothing.
Thanks, Anthem. I'm trying to be productive over here cooking for people.
I was actually going to go help you with that after all of the
I don't know if
rounds
I
of
want.
how's people
I don't
doing.
know if I want that, frankly.
Fair.
11.
You say add another 11.
Hey, it's double digits.
Mm-hmm. Yep. She feels absolutely like garbage. No one would be able to tell. She's running completely on autopilot right now. It's totally, definitely the sort of thing where Nock, if you walk in and ask to help, she just doesn't respond.
Understood. He would probably just, in that case, try to stay out of your way, but still bring people like water or ale or as whatever he can.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, staying like just out of the general cooking area, but just like occasionally taking a carafe of water or a bottle of wine.
She probably like took one of the stools from the bar over by the fire, and she's just probably just trying to get her bow in order, and as everyone else is doing, keep her hands busy. And also she's probably has all the stuff that she managed to take from the house and just has it like scattered or just like next to her so she could do it after she's finished with the bow. And she just has this like furrowed look. Question, Anthem. Was my father taken to like a prison, or was he just taken as one of the injured? Right. Whew. And a reminder, what were I remember the items just being just like their like adventuring equipment that they had. My brothers. Yeah. Yeah. What little I could.
Question. Oh, sorry. I was gonna say, question. Could I make some sort of a check to begin trying to examine Chadwick? To try and ascertain why he might be the way he is right now? I'll be going with Arcana then.
Damn.
True to the moment, I rolled a 12.
Damn.
Oh my god.
Oh no. Okay. Yeah, I think realizing that Nort would have just stopped fidgeting entirely and kind of sat there stumped.
Okay. Yeah, Noct, I know you said you were in the midst of just serving the injured and the despondent as you were making your way in and out of the kitchen, and you like you said, you're trying to stay out of Maruna's way, and you can tell by the way that Maruna is in the midst of working, just preparing like bulk food to prepare bowls and spoons, and you mainly noticed out of her way because she's in the type of autopilot that you feel like she would completely barrel you over if you got into her way, just unknowingly in this state.
Yeah.
She would try. She's not that heavy.
And I don't want to cause her problems. So I think it'll ultimately culminate in just like eventually just grabbing another bottle of wine and just like 2 cups. And then just head back out into the main room, the main dining room.
Okay.
Sarah's just gonna grab like the carvings and stuff, and put the rest of the stuff away. And then she's just gonna like try to go over to Venari, Not, and try to get Maruna's attention. I don't know if she'll respond. Just kind of like wave her hand in front of her.
Oh, mm-hmm.
We should talk about,
Yes.
She kind of like looks kind of down at the ground and then back up to you. Okay.
I know. This is coming from me. That means it's bad.
I know.
Okay.
Worse than we might realize, even.
So you all are just kind of separating yourselves in the main room, or are you stepping out?
I think just for now we could just stay where we were.
Okay.
I'll probably
like in
actually
this area.
grab 3 more cups and then go with.
Okay.
We just shuffle over to a corner in the room.
Yeah, just out of the way.
Shoegazing.
Yeah, I mean, you're able to find a quiet part of the this large tavern floor. They've kind of shifted most of the tables out of the way, so you're able to like maneuver one in such a way that you all can sit around it.
I'll pour everyone a cup.
Cup of what?
Wine.
Damn, making us drink.
It'll help the nerves.
She'll just
At least
kinda
that's
take
his
it up,
solution.
and she'll just like swirl it around. So, out of everyone's vision so far, mine seems to be the most prevalent, minus a few key details. So this was bound to happen no matter what. Is there anything that you guys can find out with Chadwick?
His very
Look,
soul
Lord.
is broken.
That's terrifying.
That's very disconcerting.
I could tell when it was happening that it was some kind of curse that was afflicting him. I did my best to attempt to save him from it, but we're just looking at the ground and not making eye contact with anybody.
I can see it on him. Unlike everything else, he's at this point in time shattered.
Is there any way we could not fix it, but, you know, not make it as severe?
I feel as though I don't have any solutions immediately. I very much feel like I need to speak to some people.
If there would be any solutions, it would at least be beyond my capabilities. Although this does raise concerns given the similarities as to whether or not your father might be in much of the same position.
What's it called? You remember those gloves that we got from the first quest? This is out of
No.
character.
Oh, boy.
The ones
No.
that gave you saving throws against curses.
Oh.
Huh.
Well.
The last we had them was in the magical item lockup in the thing, right? Is that right, Anthem? Right, that we gave it to the Adventurers Guild like on loan. They gave us money for it, and then we could just take them out whenever.
Looking at the listing for your magic items here. Yes, you guys had decided that it wasn't something you should be holding on to at the moment, value wise. And so yeah, the guild paid you to basically just be able to keep it with them. You're not sure if they've got it on loan to someone else or if they're inside of the guild vault, but it's something you could definitely look into.
Well, if you remember, that cleric from the village when most of us first reunited. It was something to do with curses, and if what's affecting Chadwick is a curse, it could at least help him. We would just have to go see if they're still in the Avengering lockup, and hopefully that could help. But
If we want to test all our avenues, I could always try a little bit of magic. But most curses can only be removed with like equal means, I guess.
we could at least get him a fighting chance with the item.
This was my way of saying I have greater greater restoration prepared.
Let's get the thing first, and then you can try it, because it gives advantage on saving throws, if I remember mechanically. Is it remove curse like a level 4 spell?
I think third.
I just do not have remove curse prepared.
Okay.
That's a tomorrow possibility.
That's tomorrow problem.
Well, greater restoration also removes curses, so
I would say if you have the energy still to cast it, then might just be worth a shot.
it just costs money.
Just costs money.
Diamond dust worth at least 100. So
Which I do have,
okay.
because last time we went shopping, I bought 5 batches of it.
Yeah. If you want to try that now, and then we can go look for the items later. I also like to try them on my father if possible. Chadwick comes first, obviously.
If we can just get him awake enough to talk, we might be able to learn more.
If you want to take the time to cast the spell, I'll keep an eye on him. I can let you know whether or not things get worse or better with the attempt.
It'll take less than 10 seconds. I'll shuffle on over.
Yep. We'll head over
Shuffles
to
with.
wherever he is.
Okay. So you all are heading over to Chadwick?
Yep.
Yeah.
You find him much in the same place you left him. He's got his back to the bar, and he's just kind of seated on the floor underneath the tabletop. His eyes are kind of like pinned down, looking at his hands, which are sitting in his lap.
Before I cast my magic, I would like to knock on Salem's door. Hello.
Yeah, you you kind of give a mental knock to Salem, and obviously not in anyone else's mind's eye, but he is standing next to you now. What is it?
Well, things are quite chaotic at the moment. I'm sure you've seen.
I see everything that you see.
She'll motion towards Chadwick. My friends say that his soul is cracked. Can you see anything or feel anything?
He gives a heavy sigh, and he goes to lean down towards Chadwick. Oh yeah, this one. It's strange. His mind isn't Usually I'd say his mind is gone, but no, it's still there. He's just somewhere else. It's like he's seeing something else.
Do you think that he's still aware of the things going on around him, or?
Oh no, he is in a different time right now.
Ah,
And something, these cracks that you're talking about, what was no, it's too much. It's too early.
what's too early?
It's like something is siphoning away at him. And I can't tell where it's siphoning to. But if it's what I think, then it's still too early. The world isn't. These damn cultists have screwed everything up.
I think I see what you're getting at.
Well, if you see what I'm getting at, then you understand how this is a bigger problem. The longer someone's in this state, the harder it is for them to try and come back from it. And even then, all of them might not come back.
Well, then at the very least, we can try to help relieve the burden a little bit. And even if it doesn't bring him back, maybe it'll slow things down.
That's probably for the best.
All right. Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and try and cast Greater Restoration on him.
Okay. So you try
Can
and
I cast Detect Magic and see if I can see anything as well while this is happening? Just like a regular cast, not like what is it called? Ritual.
Okay.
I just want to see if anything like fixes changes around him or not.
Okay. So you cast Greater Restoration on a grand wizard whose mind is being affected by some kind of curse. And Saris, in the midst of your detect magic, you can see what seems to be, well, it doesn't really attune itself to any particular type of magic. You see, almost like, it seems almost like an arcane leak. You see this massive, a massive arcane stream, seemingly coming right out of Chadwick's head. When the Greater Restoration starts to take hold, in fact, all of you start to see the effects of whatever that entity did to Chadwick. Nort, you can see these cracks. They start to fill in ever so slightly, but whatever this curse is, it grips itself to Chadwick, kind of focusing almost specifically on their mind. Maruna, you can hear the distant echoes of the past, maybe where Chadwick's mind is at the moment. The world is brighter. You see different, well, it's stranger still, Maruna. You see more familiar images dance in your vision as you focus on this this emotional tether. It comes in as sight and smell and, well, the depth of it almost makes your eyes glaze over as you are brought back to your, well, maybe not yours in particular, but your beginning. The world is older, less refined. And I think what catches you the most off guard is in it, you see a much younger Chadwick working amongst others like yourself. The telltale signs of porcelain and wood working together with an arcane core, brings it into focus. Where Chadwick is much, much, much longer ago than anyone here probably realizes. Knock, you hear a voice. It is a woman's voice. It seems in your head and at the same time right next to you. And it goes, he's really in there deep, isn't he?
Is it familiar to me?
You feel like you may have heard it once or twice before, but it was during times of extreme chaos when other things had your focus. But this time it just seems to just echo your thoughts. Outside of that, though, your restoration spell finally pulls for a moment, and you see immediately as Chadwick kind of, his eyes focus and he jolts forward just a bit. And in an instant, he seems to recognize all of you, but there's this sense of panic that you're not sure where it's coming from. And he speaks up and he goes, Oh, it's a headache. Oh, it's way worse than a headache. Oh God. Where's my
You're what?
Easy now.
Where are my keys? Oh God, this isn't the guild hall. Oh, this is horrible.
It was very bad.
Do you remember what happened?
Oh, I remember sensing something. It's marching its way into the capital, and then a storm of aberrations. I remember getting the Adventurers Guild to act, sending out the alarm throughout the city, and fighting just... Oh God, it was like fighting a... Oh, it was worse. It was worse than fighting a god. And I've... Oh God. How it is... And his words seem to blend together for just a moment as there seems to be a lapse in his focus. And it lasts for about a minute.
Take your time.
No, just time. Time is something I don't have right now. Whatever you all managed to do, I'm here right now, but I don't know how long I'm gonna be here. So just know, this thing, whatever it is, it's just a tool. Something has got a god's power as a tool.
We're aware. We came in at the tail end of you fighting it.
What was the book? We gave it to you. What was so important about the book?
You can see runs a hand up his face, and it muddles his glasses almost off of his head. It was some kind of magic book. It had incantations that even I hadn't seen before, but its listing of pages, no matter how many I turned, seemed like they went on forever, and they were names written in them. I'm not sure what importance he had for it, but it was something that I realized immediately as he started going after Josephine, that it was what he needed. And so I used it as a lure to pull him away from the guild hall towards the center of town. And it's in that moment that Chadwick kind of like pats himself down and goes, "Fuck, he got it, didn't he?"
He did. It was the only thing he took from you besides your mind,
faculties.
Yeah.
Yes.
Once he took it, he was quick to leave.
Right. Well, if that's the case, then that item, at the very least, was marked as being a magic item with the guild, which means, unless they've already left this plane of existence, it won't be impossible to find them.
So we can track it.
Be a good place to start.
We'd need the right. I'd need to go back to the guild, get the map necessary to follow it.
Take your time to rest for now.
Let us know what map you're looking for in the event of if your faculties are once again lost to you. We should be the one to take on this task in your stead.
He pats himself down again. Finally, in his shirt pocket that looked like it should have been empty, he reaches in and he pulls out a fairly old copper key, and he says, "There's a drawer at the bottom of my desk. It's gonna have an old scroll in it, and when you open it up, you're gonna see a bunch of dots. But if you think about what you're trying to track, a book, an ancient book. I don't know about too many ancient books that aren't already in my library, so just focus. It's going to burn a deep, deep purple. That should be where the book is and where that thing is."
Nort will take the key from him and nod their head in understanding.
All right. We'll be back in just a moment. Try to hold on.
I can stay with him if you all would like.
I heard none of that. What?
Was it just because my mic was suppressing me because I'm quiet?
Yes.
Maybe.
I can stay with him if you all would like. Maybe conversation will keep him together a little bit.
I mean, the city should be safe right now, so.
Whatever makes yourself comfortable.
I think it might be best if I stay. If only to. She kind of like looks over at Chadwick. That.
Yes.
Catch me up when you get back?
Mhm.
Absolutely.
She kind of forces a smile.
Nor would also be forcing a smile.
Sarah's just bulking it.
Noct will also force a what's left of his mouth smile.
Venaria surprisingly like laser focused and not smiling. Just starts walking.
We will make our way over to the guild hall because we need to go there anyway.
We killed Antum.
He's dead.
Yeah, I may have put the guild into my cold storage, so I gotta go grab it really quick.
Oopsie.
Damn.
Whoops.
Anthem really said, "We ain't going back here."
Oopsie.
Yeah, I set it on
Oopsie.
fire.
Burnt that shit.
I set it on fire.
And then we have 2 reasons to go back to it.
Bird straight up was like, yeah, I set it on fire.
Yeah, it's gone now.
Okay, really quickly, be back.
As we're walking, Venari's just chewing on her nails. Nom 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 nom.
Don't you?
You're doing the bite thumb thing.
Yeah.
I think Noct would actually just extend her a hand.
Bad. Keep that out of there.
Keep what out of where?
No, not. No, I mean, for Noct. That's what he's trying to do.
Oh.
Not me. Ceres is a wild animal. She doesn't care.
Saris known cryptid.
She's put worse things in her mouth.
All right.
Don't phrase it like that.
The flesh of another human. I'm just kidding.
So let's grab you
That's still not better.
Let's grab you 4. We're gonna put you guys on the invisible layer so you can't see.
Oh, bugger.
Oh my god.
Kiki needs what is it? Owl.
Seeing eye owl.
Oh my fucking god. This party with the fucking owls.
It's rats and Fabula, and it's owls in here.
Okay. Let's just grab all of you guys. We're gonna do this. These tokens are too big now.
That's okay. We can be giants.
No, you can't.
Damn.
Here they be giants.
Fuck, I can't. Yeah, okay. I need to do this. Do it like this. Okay. This. So you all oh shit. Ow. I'm sorry, I need 2 more seconds.
Take
No
your
worries.
time.
No problem at all.
I think uncharacteristically, Sarah's is going to break the silence and go, I'm worried.
Understandably, given the circumstances.
There's quite a few things to be worried about at the moment.
Even if we do manage to track down this thing, what do we do? Do we just try to get the book and leave? Or...
I don't
Right.
think. Sorry. I was just going to say, I don't think taking the book is going to change anything, but the target for whom it'll be attacking.
At the moment, I don't think we're any match to take it on anyways.
I don't believe so either. However, that does not mean we cannot strategize against it, come up with some sort of counter plan.
We can at least see where it went.
Gather information from there.
It seems...
Perhaps. Go ahead.
It seems singular in purpose, so maybe it can't do anything else besides, as Chadwick said, if something else is using it as a tool, they don't have as much control to make it do as much as it can. Just make it do the one specific task it's been given.
And as well as that, rather than defeating it outright, perhaps there's some manner of resealing it.
I think before anything, we should see if there's a way to strip this outsider's control.
That I fully agree with.
It's obviously not of this plane. We could just banish it.
But it is so corrupted of its purpose regardless. Is that correct, Venari?
If it is the avatar of the void, we would just be sending it to the void? In which case we might be endangering the people between worlds? As I've said, the void is a waiting room. Full of just souls waiting for the world to reset. And if this thing broke Chadwick's soul, I don't necessarily like the idea of giving it free rein to all those in wait.
I agree.
So I'm gonna get you guys moved for a second. Because you all are making your way through the broken and battered streets of the capital towards the Guild District. And you can continue your conversation because I've actually got to run to use the restroom. But I've at least got a new scene for you.
Oh my gosh.
Don't look at the streets though.
Venari's covering them.
We don't see anything.
We see some nun titties.
Oh, damn. Put them away.
Cover them up, slut.
Damn.
It's the meme.
It's against a man, though. It's fine if it's that cool. Venari was saying something before we moved over.
What was I saying?
You don't want to send it back to the waiting room.
Yes. It kind of was the ending of my point, though.
Oh, okay. Nora was gonna say something.
Yeah. Do we think, however slim of a chance it might be, but could the Avatar be aware of its own wrongdoings right now? Do you think it knows that it's premature in its actions?
Chadwick just called it a tool, so
It could very well be conscious, though.
And
But
lacking
just
agency.
exactly. I think, while tragic, that is a hopeful thought. Because if that's so, if we can just figure out a way to strip its enchantment, I suppose, we would more than likely be able to reason with it.
how are we going to strip the enchantment of something that is basically on level with a god? And Chadwick couldn't do it. I highly doubt we're capable.
He may not have understood that there was an enchantment in effect.
We also would want to begin with coming to terms with knowing what it is that has placed the enchantment upon it.
That is also unknown, isn't it? All we really know is that the cult was involved. And that there was an eye on it, was there not?
There was.
I think it was like in its chest or something.
Which is something we've seen quite often. But other than tying it to the cult, we have no other way to trace it. If we could figure out where the cult is operating out of, that would probably be the most useful information we could garner.
Well, we'll certainly know they'll probably be where the book is.
I feel as though the information I asked Curran for is irrelevant at this point, and now I have many other more pressing questions.
Right, I'm back.
Welcome back.
But unfortunately,
Babe.
I can't get in contact with anybody again until tomorrow.
Maybe we'll get a response by tomorrow.
Unfortunately, it will just be giving us a response about the sword.
Hmm.
They don't know what we saw yet today, and I feel as though that is a fairly pressing matter.
We'll raid the stores and see if we can find any scrolls ascending as well.
That is true. As much as I don't want to take advantage of Chadwick's generosity in a moment of vulnerability, we have been given full access to his little collection.
As long as it's for the purpose, I imagine he will understand and realistically approve.
I don't think gold matters when life and death and everything in between is on the line.
Hey.
What is a couple hundred platinum in the face of oblivion?
Oh, I'm much more interested in whatever magic items he's been hoarding.
I should thank Maruna for her father's sword. It was useful. Terrifying, but useful.
Okay.
Nod, nod.
Let's do this, and then I'm gonna hopefully get you guys back over to the. There we go, to the guild hall, and I'm gonna shift you guys there. Now that it's out of cold storage.
We're in the office. Woo.
Nice.
I get you guys
Oh,
zoomed in.
when we were
Where's Jim?
sitting in,
Uh-huh.
When we were coming in, was there anybody else still straggling along here?
So this particular district was hit fairly hard. When you came into the district, you didn't find you saw a few people, like a few city guards, and then a few mercenaries. They looked like they were clearing like bodies and wreckage from the streets. But outside of that, you didn't see any like familiar faces or anything.
Okay, so like Lorifine and them have left.
Yep. You can only assume to a more safe zone or kind of safe area.
We gotta fix Divral's arm.
Yeah, I can do that, but I can do it tomorrow. I don't have my spell today.
It's okay.
Don't worry, he'll get his arm back. Don't you worry.
Give me some time and some corpse wax. I could fix it.
No.
Yeah, you find your way to Chadwick's office.
Gonna start going over and raiding his desk, I suppose.
Okay. Well, you go over. The desk itself seems fairly old, but it looks like it was built to be sturdy. You check the bottom drawers, and you see what seems to be a fairly large. It takes up the majority of one of the sections of the desk, and you see a large drawer with a copper keyhole.
Thankfully, we've got the key for that.
Yep. Do you just open it?
I don't care to look for traps, so yeah.
You open it, and what are you expecting to see?
The scroll Chadwick mentioned?
The piece of paper with dots on it.
Okay. You open up the drawer. You see what seems to be a fairly large scroll. It barely contains itself within this drawer, and it looks fairly plain. It's a fairly large scroll with a paper tie, or not paper tie. I'm sorry, a little twine tie around it.
Set that on top of the desk. I'm gonna then close the drawer again and open it, thinking about those gloves that Saris mentioned.
Those other gloves are like a bracelet or some kind.
And yeah, just because I actually like them being gloves a bit more, you think about the gloves as you open up the drawer, and you find just on the bottom of the drawer itself, a drawer that was once empty. Once you pulled the scroll out, now has those gloves sitting in them.
Huh. Neat. Nord's gonna set those on top of the desk as well for everybody to see.
Saris will take them for now.
And then one final time, Nord's gonna close the drawer.
Mm-hmm.
And perhaps just to humor himself, Nord is going to open it thinking of the gaudy ass shirts that Chadwick wears.
Wow. They're not gaudy, they're chic. No, you think about them, and as you open it up, as you try and open up the drawer actually seems to get stuck and opens very roughly with how many shirts are now stacked inside of it. They're all of different types of like Hawaiian shirt, different shades of color.
I knew it.
Could you think about scrolls ascending?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Brief sidetrack. Pull out 1 or 2 of the shirts just to set aside. Then close the drawer and think of scrolls of sending.
Okay. You close the drawer, and again you get that kind of like rough tension as if the drawer is overstuffed as you pull it open, and you see what essentially looks like a printer press of scrolls that are just kind of laid out next to each other, all of which you can assume are scrolls of sending.
How many do you think we're going to need?
Just a handful, maybe 5 at most.
I'm hoping to be able to ask for either Father Intime himself or my brother to come here to have full-length conversations. So
2 at the minimum, 5 at the most.
Let's go with 6, just to be safe.
Okay.
even numbers, I like it.
I prefer things divisible by 10 or 5s.
You go to grab a bundle of these scrolls, and the moment that you pick out that handful, the drawer doesn't give you a chance to grab more as it slams itself shut.
If I didn't know any better, I'd think this desk was starting to cop an attitude.
Maybe it wants to be paid.
Oh, you know what? That's actually a good idea. Open up the drawer, thinking of, I don't know,
A piggy bank.
Chadwick's piggy bank?
You go to open up the drawer, and rather than seeing a piggy bank there, you actually see that the when you pull it open, the drawer actually comes out with a board flush to its top so that you can't reach into it, and there seems to be a coin hole in the middle of it.
Okay, I see a game. I'll drop, fuck it, 8 platinum in.
How much is platinum again? 10 gold?
10 gold.
10 gold.
Yes.
That's a bit
So
cheap.
$80
don't you think?
bucks.
How much are scrolls of sending usually?
Sending is like a 3rd level spell, right?
So yeah, that'd be 150 gold.
Listen, I wasn't being told to give the exact value, was I? We just wanted to contribute.
You're skimping out during the apocalypse.
Yes.
I'll hand Norton 9 more platinum.
I'll drop
Hang
9
on.
more platinum in.
When you do,
I don't have platinum, but I could hand him just 4,000 gold.
when you
I'm
Dude.
pretty sure that's in platinum. I'm pretty sure that's just in platinum.
Convert your money.
Yeah.
the door,
I've
once
been
you put the right amount of coins in, the drawer slams itself shut.
All right, 899 gold, 400 platinum.
There you go.
I hand him all of my platinum.
Size proceeds to open up the drawer again to put the platinum in.
I don't know what else I'd need it for right now. So like,
I think it's just safe to just stash away money because there's inevitably going to be something you want later.
also true.
Now, as long as we're paying this thing, probably more than we need to, is there anything else we can think of needing?
I don't believe so.
Mm-mm.
I think we should just get back. We have most of the stuff that we need.
Well, in that case, we're just gonna tuck away the key, stand up. Who'd have thought that his desk has just about as much whimsy as he does?
Me do this. Okay. So are you all just heading back then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. As you all start to make your way back, I'm going to shift back over to Maruna, which I'm sorry, I completely forgot my owl.
That's fine. I just swapped over to look at the stream.
Maruna, what have you been up to?
I've just been trying to keep Chadwick company and honestly just like kind of like lightly chat with him to keep him conscious and grounded as best as possible.
Okay. Oh, I will say Chadwick is kind of pushed himself up from the floor. He's now sitting on one of the stools. And every so often he goes to respond to what you say, but you can tell that the space between his responses are growing longer and longer.
She will just really quickly at one point kind of say, "So when were you gonna tell me that you worked on my product line?"
Oh, it feels like several lifetimes ago. I probably wasn't ever going to tell you if I'm being honest here. The process itself, wasn't as humane as I would have liked it to have been, so I didn't work on it long.
I see. I've heard less than stellar things, so I didn't blame you.
Well, at first it started with volunteers, people who were either afraid or looking for more, or people who wanted a chance to live when life wasn't as forgiving. We were one of the final lines, or the final of productions. It was way after I had left the project.
I assumed because I didn't recognize you. I like to think that I at least have some amount of memory of the people who trained me.
He gives a nod, but the response, it takes a little while to come out. He goes, I'm sure before the process itself was finally shut down, the mages and artificers in charge of the project had moved to using it to save some of the most desperate of sorts. Mainly those who had contracted some kind of disease that couldn't be mended, or there was even a noble who was afraid of death who thought he'd slip his soul inside and everything would be fine.
Well, I suppose not everyone has good intentions. She kind of like looks up to her, looks up to the ceiling a little bit. She goes, I don't remember what I was like before this. I don't think we're designed to remember.
Most wouldn't. The original project had the idea that we would leave people with their memories, if that's what they preferred, but if you could imagine, most wanted a clean start with a clean shell.
I think that makes sense. It might also be better for stability mentally if we're not made to remember.
I would agree, but most, after some time, as you had imagined, found the existence quite lonely. We never really did figure out the whole sensations outside of the shell.
Yeah, I've started to have that problem.
Well, if you want, once I can think for longer than 10 minutes at a time, I could look into a solution, one that would let you... He's like making motions with his hands, the words not quite finding him.
Yeah. Right. Maybe. Let's get through all of this first, I think. We're gonna have a lot of things to keep us busy for the next couple weeks. You just focus on not going away on us, I guess.
I'm going to try. I feel like whatever is going on is still tugging at it. I feel like my mind's going blank every once in a while, thinking of just things that aren't now. Marina, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can I have you roll a perception check?
Sure.
80 archers ready for you.
And then really quick, I'll have to disappear for a second, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Good. 22.
22. All right, Marina. Let me do this here. It's for a moment. A brief moment when your eyes come back down from looking up at the ceiling. That sensation of being overwhelmed by emotions finally numbing itself into that void that you expected to take them at some point. And it's in that moment that you feel a rush of anxiety. And it's not anxiety from the people in this large tavern, and it's not anxiety from the city as a whole. You do not feel this mesh of emotions bearing down on you, but a deep anxiety that is all your own as you see what you can only describe as a familiar face pass by one of the windows of the tavern. Just casually. Well, I won't say casually. They kind of rushed by fairly quickly.
Yeah, hold that thought. I would freak out as I walk away. 1 second.
Uh-huh.
Live POV, Maruna leaving.
Maruna really said, fuck it, I'm out, and then just Thanos yourself out of this mortal plane.
So how are you all? Anyone got anything else they want me to bring up or bring down or destroy? Whatever you're into.
I don't want to say anything anymore.
At some point, Noct would just talk to Venari if they can get a moment alone, but it's not a pressing matter.
I also need to go see my dad, and I also want to go see the blue tiefling man because I actually became friends with
I
him.
believe Tyrant was his name?
Yeah, Tyrant.
Yeah. I was gonna
Hell of
say,
a name.
I love
Do
him.
you want me to see your dad with you?
I was hoping to bring you guys with me because I don't know what I would
Let me
do.
talk to your dad.
Anthem,
Yeah.
how upset would you be if I asked you to send me someone from my village?
I mean, it would just take time, but someone could show up.
Cool.
They don't know
Depending
anything's
on-
wrong right now.
Depending on who you ask to show up, it could be quicker or slower.
Yeah.
Your brother's
Ask-
there now.
I was gonna say, ask your brother. He's here yesterday.
He was like, I knew you weren't gonna contact me, and I'm like, there was literally a letter in the mail right now.
It gets there
I
after
followed
he
you all the
arrives
way
here.
here. Yeah, I want to go see Tyrant. I want to go see my dad, and I think that's it for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I just have a sending to send.
Oh, and Lorifine. And Divrol for his arm, but that's tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow he's getting his arm back.
Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah, I'll look for Lorifine tomorrow then.
Okay, so I can have Lorphine and Divrall show up here tomorrow. Right now, though, hopefully trying to make time to talk to your dad.
Yeah,
It'll be fun.
yeah, if he's alive.
And he's just been, he's there.
He just needs some ketamine.
He could turn into a horse.
He can. Even better. Turn him into a horse, then give him ketamine.
The horse is in the hospital.
I didn't know he
know
could
it
do
could
that.
do that.
What do you mean he used the elevator?
I need to watch his new special.
Yeah.
Oh, John Mulaney, I will never be able to form a concrete opinion of you, you weird, complicated man.
I have returned.
Welcome back.
Oh, goodbye.
Hi, I'm panicking. It's fine.
Why?
Because my entire character arc is about to happen.
Yeah.
Ruta kind of like
Fun.
stands up for a second, looks at Chadwick, and goes, "I think I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere." And she does like the eyes thing.
Yeah, you go rushing out of the tavern, and I'm
I'll
just
go
gonna
peek out first, yeah.
I'm just gonna shift you guys here, and then I need to grab a Runa token.
Trade places, don't look at the streets.
Oh, that's what's in the streets.
Yep. Marina, you step out onto the streets of Evernoll, and you know there's blood everywhere in the streets. You see the rushing of people's either looking for someone or trying to find somewhere safe. The guards and the mercenaries kind of direct the best they can, but you can feel everyone being overwhelmed. But your own mix of anxieties pushes all of that noise to the side as you see a flash of blonde hair turning one of the corners.
I'd like to follow if I can.
Okay.
Not particularly quietly, but she kind of just does everything quietly nowadays. She's just used to it by now.
Absolutely. You follow. I'm using the mixture of the crowds around to just kind of mask yourself as you move forward to try and quickly catch up to this person, and you do as you peer just slightly around a corner and find yourself looking at the back of which you can only assume is someone in a similar profession to you. This black and white attire adorns a blonde-headed figure as she quickly tends to what seems to be a pair of children. Both, they look like they've more worked themselves up into a frenzy of crying than anything actually being wrong with them. But in either way, she placates them the best she can. You hear, shh, shh, it's okay. I'm sure your parents are around here somewhere, and you won't have to worry about a thing. I promise. I will get you right back to them. And the woman takes both of their hands, and as she stands up to her full height, which she's only slightly taller than you, she turns around and you finally get a look at her face. It's not the most perfect token, but it is what I had.
Yeah. And they kind of meet eye to eye for the first time, and she kind of like goes, I'm sorry. I saw you moving, and I thought I had seen someone who I thought was familiar. She kind of shy away a little bit.
She when she sees you, she tugs the children just a bit closer until she realizes it's just you, and she goes, "Oh, no problem at all. I heard crying, so I probably went rushing off. I promise I'm not suspicious or anything." She gives you a small laugh, but the entire time she's speaking, even with you kind of like shying away, she has her eyes locked on you.
Can I make an insight check?
Yeah, absolutely. 22.
Maruna getting all her good rolls tonight.
That wasn't even that good of a roll. I just have a really good bonus. Natural 11.
Yeah, so you can tell that despite her like trying to control her features the best she can, she speaks as if this is maybe a first meeting or just a simple passing, but you see a level of recognition in her eyes that is irreplaceable.
Mm-hmm. Do you would you like some help? I assume they're not in your charge. And she would kind of look to the kids behind her.
Oh no, I was trying to go and find where the next I guess, safe center would be the guards are looking to try and rally people together to start clearing rubble to find people, but I wanted to get these two in a safer place before stones and buildings start becoming even more unstable with poking around them.
I see. Well, I currently am residing at an inn fairly close by. I'm pretty sure they have rooms. I wouldn't mind paying if that would make it easier on you.
No. It's completely fine. I hope no one's charging gold in these desperate times just for a room, but if it comes to that, I'm sure I've got something I can barter, or if they accept silver, I know I at least have some of that. And she, without much concern, goes to scoop both of these children. They look like they're maybe, the oldest looks like they're maybe 5. The younger would look like they're maybe a year younger. So she scoops them both up in her arms and she goes, I'll follow you.
Absolutely. And trust me, I don't mind paying. I have more money than what I know what to do with sometimes due to my current benefactors. And she like briskly starts walking away, hoping that she follows.
Well, that is what starts, at least. And Marina, you guide them as best you can. Your footsteps a mixture of like fleeting, almost as if running away. At the same time, you control your pace so that they're able to follow you. But the entire time, you feel these eyes on the back of your head.
Yeah.
And that pit of anxiety continues to deepen.
So, what's your name? She'll kind of like say off to behind her.
You get there's a string of silence that follows behind you until finally they speak up, and they say, almost casually, not sure, I guess, what strings it would touch on, but you hear the name that honestly maybe you were, maybe you weren't expecting. I am Elena Marigold. I am a servant in training, as you might say. Act as a nursery for most of the people most of the people who had hired me. I look after children. I wash. I clean. I got lucky being on the other side of town when all of this nonsense started happening.
I see. Well, she'll kind of trail off for a second, and she goes, I know, so what a coincidence. I knew someone named Elena myself. I'm not sure what happened to them, though. Sorry, where are my manners? My name is Maruna. It's a pleasure to meet you.
She when she gets the children inside, she turns, she kind of lowers them down to the ground so that they can stand by themselves, and she goes to shut the door, and she hears your name, and there's this pause between the two of you, and it's a strange feeling, Marina, because if someone tried to describe to you what a heartbeat felt like, you're sure that you could probably imagine it, but think it very inconvenient as it's just a thumping. But every fiber of your being thrums with a certain magic, as if you're your core has suddenly become unstable, and you watch as she turns around and she goes, "Well, Maruna is a fairly unique name. I used to know a Maruna a very long time ago."
She would kind of smile a bit. What an interesting coincidence.
I completely agree. I'm gonna take just a moment to get these children settled in, but would you mind if we had a conversation later?
Absolutely. I'm just here for the time being, waiting for my companions to return, but I'm not sure they would mind me stepping away. Things are a bit hectic right now as it is, so a moment to speak wouldn't cause too much issue, I would assume.
She gives several nods, and you can tell that well, I guess unlike how what you usually go through, you see a mixture of emotions across her face before they are completely covered over by that smiling mask that you're so ever used to, as she gives the nod before making her way towards the living quarters for the tavern inn. And she steps just around the corner and out of sight. And the moment that she does, I need a wisdom saving throw from you.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
Perfect.
We love poetry.
Notably, I can't fall to 0 hit points right now because I have Death Ward. I can't pass out. It won't let me.
Right? Just falls unconscious. No, Marina, you and you can decide how this happens, but it's in this moment that you're overwhelmed with almost everything that you could feel and everything that you could do all at once. You're not sure if it's to check the dagger that Chadwick had provided for you, if it's to, search your memories for the people you're trying to compare in this moment. The feeling of loss, this emotion dancing around each other as you ask each other's questions, that feeling of the past creeping up on you, or all of the memories that come dredged up when you think back to those times. They're all present for you now.
She's gonna take a kind of do what people would do when they take a breath, but she can't do that. So she'll kind of very slowly, trying to make sure that she doesn't just suddenly lose consciousness, go wander her way back down to Chadwick, and then when she gets back downstairs, she's gonna immediately sit down at the table and then rest her head on the table and just exist for a little while.
Okay. Well, let me. Let me do it this way so I can make sure I've got what I need. Not that. So it's, you get back over to Chadwick, you rest your head. All of these things are coming and going until finally, well, Maruna, especially with that natural one, you hear a voice that you haven't heard in a very long time. It seems almost amused. So, all of these feelings, they bubble up. They're so warm. And somehow you're still so empty. You've done a great job so far, making sure that you feel every single bit of what this world has to offer. I've felt so much in the way of, well, anger and despair and grief, it's anxiety. But emotions are a thing that can block almost anything. I have to ask, are you trying to feel something? Or are you hoping not to? Are you getting your hopes up? Are you sure you're not going to be let down? I mean, sometimes memories do nothing but get in the way.
I'm assuming I can just respond in my head.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay. I don't know what I want anymore. And one half of me is hoping that I'm wrong and it's a simple mistake, and the other one is maybe a little bit hopeful that this is who I'm looking for. I don't know why I'm looking for her anymore, to be totally frank. It's been so long at this point anyways, and it seems a bit silly.
This conflict. It's something I can definitely feel. But I feel like you'd be... who knows? Meeting a different type of feeling. One closer to regret if you didn't see this through. If that one part of you is right, and this is what you've been waiting for, be almost ashamed to let it walk by, but I completely understand the what if of, is this truly that person? How did they come to be the way that they are? Like you, with all of those other memories tucked safely away in a place you could never reach. That's the powerful thing about emotion. If you wanted, I could help you feel whatever you want. That is, well, if you were willing to give up on an emotion or two. You'll have to be quick though. Who knows what'll happen once the emotions start flowing and this inevitable reunion with whoever you hope that is. If they are even them anymore.
I frankly am getting a headache just trying to figure out what you're trying to say to me right now.
I don't know if the annoyance in her voice can come across in her head.
So I'll treat it like a trade then. You give up a few emotions, and I give you back a few memories locked behind them. Maybe like how you ended up like this. Or maybe a connection with that person you're hoping to speak to. I mean, you both had to have gone through the same thing, but you don't even know what that is.
All right, I'm gonna ask a question that is going to be very, very interesting.
Okay.
Can I make an insight check against the fucking nothingness?
Sure.
Can I insight check God?
Yeah, can I insight check God, please?
Hey, it's a voice, and you can pick up inclinations on voices. Why not?
25.
Wait until I play a fucking robot warlock whose patron is HAL 9000. Ain't no insight in that shit.
So I'm gonna say with a 25, you know that this voice, this spectrum that started to allow you to feel would probably never make a deal that didn't benefit them. You're not sure if giving away any of these emotions for whatever memories are behind them means that they would simply take them for the moment, or if it means these are emotions you now no longer would get to feel again, or what emotions they would be taking.
Yeah.
And you're just not sure what memories you're even trading them for. And if they're memories you haven't had all this time, are they memories worth having again?
I did not expect to have to make a decision like this tonight. You son of a bitch.
Ain't no easy weeks.
Nope. This time, I'm fine. I'll do it myself. I appreciate the offer, though.
No problem. You're still as an open vessel as could be. Plenty of emotions around for me to have. But if you change your mind, just let me know. Love to have something permanent.
Sure. If you would like to speak again, let me know. I'm always happy to talk.
There's a silence that comes back to your mind. That bubbling sense of anxiety starts to return. You can feel it kind of thrum out to your fingertips from that arcane core of yours. And I think we'll make things a little bit more awkward as the rest of the party starts to return.
Oh, joy.
Do this. And there we go. You all hear the rustling sound of the door as you come in, marking your return. Scrolls in hand, map in hand, gloves in hand. The city out of hand. But yeah, this place is still as full with people as you can, as you hear the sounds of the suffering, wounds being patched up, people trying to get what rest they can, and a city still reeling in the same day from their attack. But if there's anyone who is still moving, it is you all, as you see Maruna. Maruna, do you look disheveled, or are you still wearing that same mask?
Right now, her face is face down on the table, but in between her arms. So, good question.
I think in that case, if it weren't clear she were conscious and or alert, I think Noct would just quietly also take off his cloak and just put it over her.
She kind of like sit up, and her face that is normally like kind of like that, like the absent smile, is completely straight right now. Welcome back.
You seem exhausted.
Yeah, I thought I saw a ghost.
Without me.
Any improvements? Any?
I kind of look over at Chadwick.
He was talking at least fairly coherently for a while, but then I got sidetracked by something and had to step away. I only just got back a moment ago.
I'll go over and check on him.
Yeah, when you go over and check on Chadwick, he's sitting on a stool. He seems fairly stable. He doesn't seem like he's about to slump off. But he also didn't even acknowledge when you all walked in.
I'm just gonna help him put the gloves on for now.
As you do, he his hands do seem fairly limp as he doesn't respond to your help, but you're able to slip the gloves on him without issue.
Well, we just have to give them time to attune to him, so within the hour, we'll see if it helps or not. So, should we find out where that book is?
Yeah.
I'm inclined to.
We can maybe monitor it for a while and see if it moves.
Okay. So you're all going to open the map?
Yep.
Okay. When you do, you see when you do, you roll open the map, and the map actually sparkles as if covered in hundreds, maybe even thousands of jewels, as these tiny lights flare to life. And they're everywhere through the duchy. There are more than a few down in the let me grab it. Let's see. This. There we go. So when you look through the map, there are more than a few hundred that are just through the duchy alone. There are quite a few that are down inside of the winged kingdom of Pyrewind, and even a few centered closely in a cluster in the middle of the empire.
we weren't told what these dots on the map were we?
He said that it was already marked by the guild. So I'm assuming these are just items that have been marked by the guild.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Yeah, so
Okay.
yeah. I think I'm just gonna think of the gloves I just gave Chadwick just to see if that dot shows up.
Yep. So you notice that all of the other dots, the moment you start to focus on the gloves in reference to the map, all of the other dots start to fade to a point where you can't even see them there, as this flicker of a dot settled on the eastern side of the Grand Duchy where the capital is, just starts to brighten and brighten until it's almost blinding.
Okay, I'll stop thinking about that. Well, these are all items marked by the guild, so we just think about the book.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Magic
I was
book full of names.
I was the one who found that book, wasn't I?
Yeah.
I turned it in.
Yeah. So I'll think about it because I think probably remember it.
Okay. When you focus on the map with the book in mind, the same thing starts to happen as the other lights start to become dim. You see a flicker of what seems almost like a purple flame take hold. And it is right now. Where is my map?
My map.
My wife.
My map.
My map.
They are right now. That seems to be just north. Actually, it's quite a bit of ways north. Just outside of the Actually, yeah, it's north just outside of Kalefall, and it seems to be heading northward still.
Can we open that map real quick?
Yeah. Where is...
Please.
Just really quick.
Is Kalefall that town we've been to already?
I think that was on the way.
Yeah, when we were heading up on our first quest.
I think we went through it, yeah.
Yeah, we definitely went through it.
It's heading back to where my place, where I live.
Where is... Oh, it's because I'm on the wrong layer. Let's do that.
If you send this shit to the Gloamwood, I'm gonna burn you.
See, I was gonna make the joke of plot twist. Our first mission was what awoke the cultists in the first place.
They were already there.
They were.
They were involved in my kidnapping. They've been at work.
Yeah.
Oh
I'm just
shit!
being
These
silly.
these 4 people, including one we kidnapped, is going to a village. Let's end the world.
Yeah, we went through there. Oh no, we went to Arborside, didn't we? No, we went through Arborside.
So, and I'm just gonna grab this. This is where you all are. And then I have another.
Okay, yeah, I don't think we've been to Kalefall.
No. We went to Arborside.
You know what?
And then we
gonna
had
swap
west.
these because you know that it's purple. There you go.
Yep.
And it's just
red now.
outside of Kalefall now.
And it's slowly moving its way up.
Yep, from what you can tell, it is marching its way upwards or northwards.
What?
So it is going towards
is-
that village.
Okay. No, the village was up here, wasn't it?
Oh,
What's
no, yeah,
right
you're-
here?
That is a a northern fortress by the name of Granrick.
Okay, that name's familiar. Calm down. It's fine.
And this is the Gloamwood, right? Like this forest up to the north.
Yep. Everything beyond that fortress is the Gloamwood.
I can tell which two character arcs are about to come up.
I'm normal.
No, you're not Mika this time. You can't pull this shit. 2 campaigns in a row.
It is time.
I have the exact expression for Noct. Hang on.
Yeah, that's the village we went to, right? North of Harborside.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That is Norwich.
Yep, that's where we went.
Can I just this
Not the Tom face.
It's so apt for the situation. It's either that or the like SpongeBob hands together inhale.
Hey, you'll be fine. You've never heard of that before.
No.
Someone has come up multiple times.
Cool.
Nocta's like, I don't know what a Granrick is. Is that a food?
It's a granary.
A Grand Rick Slam.
That actually sounds amazing.
It's a type of sub.
You get it at Winnie's.
No, Winnie's.
Jesus Christ.
Where is? There it is.
Catch me casting witchcraft in the Winnie's parking lot at 3 a.m.
Not the Winnie's parking lot.
Hey, are we dueling in the Wendy's parking lot?
Yeah, square up.
Okay, cool. Let me just do this really quick so you guys aren't guessing at names now. Let's do this. I finished this some time ago. I could have just replaced it at any time, but I decided not to. Here we go.
You like to keep us guessing.
I was like, oh yeah, I'm ready for this like this session where we just rebuild and we make sure everyone's okay, and then Anthem's like, jump scare your whole fucking backstory all at once.
Yeah, but aren't you happy?
With the sudden sneak attack crit.
No.
You get a slice, and you get a slice, and you get a slice.
You turned my daughter into a fucking robot.
It'll be fine.
What the hell?
It'll be fine.
And now she's your sister.
I mean, I guess technically, yeah.
Your saucer.
I think you'll be fine.
Getting lost in your saucer.
It's crazy.
That's a horrible series of sounds.
I gotta go. I don't want, like, that was,
But yeah,
certainly
That was
something
bad.
but you there you go. You see the map. You see that it's they're marching forward.
Sarah just goes,
How quickly of a pace is it moving? Like, does it seem like it's traveling, like, slowly, like, by foot? Or does it seem like it's going...
It does seem like it's moving
Less
fairly
speed.
quickly. And it does seem like it's moving fairly quickly, and it's like a ceaseless thing. This thing has not stopped at all.
I was gonna say, this thing got all the way up there in the matter of a few hours.
Hmm. If we could see it moving on a map, which is a larger scale, that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
That means it is moving fucking fast.
I mean, I already kind of assumed, I just feel like I have to ask. I would like to cast Sending with a squirrel.
Yeah, you pull out
A
one of your
squirrel?
scrolls, and
Yes, with a squirrel.
yep, the squirrel's tail wags a little bit, and you can give it your message now.
Sending squirrel.
I would
Okay,
like
that needs
cast
to be a
Sending
thing now.
Origami squirrel.
Please give Druid sending and make it sending squirrels.
Yes. Well, I believe that's actually a spell. That's just Animal Messenger.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say the carrier pigeon is a spell. Okay, so my message is
25 words, count them out.
I've written them down. So I was over here writing and rewriting for like the last hour. I would like to send a message to Father in Time.
Okay.
Okay. There's too much to discuss at distance. Our avatar is awake. I please send someone with knowledge to Evernull if possible. I need more insight.
Exactly 25 words, baby.
Nice.
Let's go.
And I was polite.
Damn it! If only it were 26 words, so you could cap it off with bitch.
Never. To the head priest of my church.
Venari, known hater of authority.
Yeah.
25 words sending, you send one word. Help.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the funniest thing you could possibly do. You're about
No,
to get
very
TPK'd.
Know what type of help you need.
That's actually terrifying. You couldn't even say more than one word. That's crazy.
Top 10 pranks.
So it takes a little bit for a response is able to come. But then you get one from Father in Time, and it goes, I see. Then the world's in a dire place. I will brief Curran, and he'll be on his way.
Okay. I don't know how long it'll take, but my brother will be here at some point.
Well, that certainly is reassuring.
It's at this point that you hear a deep, sharp intake of breath, almost as if someone's like remembering to breathe for the first time. As Chadwick just goes,
Is he up?
he seems to be up.
Has
Welcome
it been enough
back.
time
You had us
for-
worried.
Yeah. Has it been enough time for the gloves to be attuned?
Actually, not just yet. It seems like he was able to just pull through, but you're not sure how long he's going to be here yet. And he looks over and he's like, "You're all back." Or wait, have you been back for long?
Quite a bit.
Not
Told you
super
not to go
long.
anywhere.
She kind of says like a half smile.
Did you all find what you were looking for?
Yes. Try not to move your hands much. We found something that could help you stay tethered a little bit better. We also helped ourselves to some sending scrolls to call for help, and yes, the map is here, and it's heading north very fast.
Why didn't you ever tell us your desk had such personality?
Because I was the only one who ever got to sit behind it, so I didn't have to worry about it mouthing off to someone.
It can mouth off to people?
Yeah, if you piss it off bad enough.
good to note. I don't think we got that far.
Oh,
Um,
okay. It didn't bite you, did it?
I think I would have had more to say if it did.
Fantastic then. Fantastic.
I think pain, it helped.
Here, by the way, and Nort's just gonna pass over one of the spare shirts. I feel like you could use this right about now.
Oh, thank you. And he stands up, he takes off his shirt, and the moment it's actually off of him, it just turns into like a white button up with no flowers or anything.
Squints.
And he takes the new one, he pulls it on, and the flowers and designs on it immediately start rearranging themselves until they look almost identical to the shirt he just took off.
Huh.
Oh, fairly refreshed. I appreciate you so much. You only got my shirts, right? You didn't look through like my... Do you happen to bring a new pair of sandals?
You know,
No?
didn't quite think about it, unfortunately. I was more concerned with having you look the part of pretending to be okay.
He cannot finish the sentence, as it takes a little while, but eventually he breaks back in and he says, "I'm doing great." That wasn't believable, was it? Uh-huh.
Not when you can see what I can see right about now.
Right. I'll just sit back down then.
For the better, then.
Well, we know that this thing is going north towards the Glumwood. So it's safe to say that logically, thinking that the cult could be acting from up there. Hasn't there been a surge of apparitions from the north recently, anywho?
Who looks at Saris?
Yoon said that they would be RB.
Oh.
I'm still looking.
Yeah, you would know for sure. There's definitely been a surge of apparitions coming out of the Gloamwood.
So it's reasonable to suspect that those assumptions are correct. Tracking them down might be a little more difficult, but if we get to use this map for a little bit longer, mayhaps it would help. I'm not really sure if it's wise to go chasing it immediately, though.
No, but we could try and get more information by going directly to the town that this thing is about to pass through. It's a long shot, and maybe just assumptions on my part, but Noct, you'd mentioned that your home had been destroyed by bandits, yes?
20 years ago, yes.
And we've been made aware of the fact that repeatedly now, we've borne witness to bandits acting right alongside these cultists.
Indeed.
Where they are, there might just be some more information that we could gather, assuming we're able to keep any of them alive.
Are you thinking that the bandits are holed up in his hometown?
It's a possibility, albeit more a hunch than anything. You're super quiet, my dude. Sorry?
We shouldn't outrule it.
Even if we do start to make our way up there, I would like to linger around here for a little bit.
Do it for your brother.
I would incline to agree, as I have a few things to iron out before we leave.
I should kind of like look up the stairs.
What I miss?
Not much.
Okay.
Basically, just confirming that it seems like this avatar is going north towards the Glomwood. We know that the Glomwood has had an excess of aberrations as of late. So that kind of checks out that the cult is up there. Also, if he's going through Granwick, that it's possible that the bandits are still holed up in there, and maybe we can get information out of them since they've been working alongside the cultists.
Oh boy.
Some logical conclusions being made.
But we don't want to necessarily leave just yet, because when we're going to wait for Curran to show up, and then Maruna also has some stuff to do here before we go anywhere.
Did we make any allies on this journey that we can call for the final battle?
Well, we made an enemy of the Marquis.
We made friends with
Tyrant
that
is
family of farmers.
Tyrant is here.
Yeah, they're not gonna be very helpful.
Yeah, Tyrant is
Meat
here in the
shields.
city.
So we don't have to scroll on him.
But the mercenaries as a whole aren't necessarily trustworthy, because we've seen them working with the cultists as well as,
I trust Tyrant.
involved with my kidnapping. So
I trust Tyrant more than anything.
yeah, him as an individual, but the mercenary guild
not the
maybe not.
mercenaries. Just him. I don't care about anyone. Just him. He's good. I like him.
I have a Hail Mary in mind that Nort might want to actually send a message to.
Because we have, how many scrolls? 6? We used 1. We have 5 left.
Yes.
That low-level village that we started the game with, they weren't really fighters or anything, right?
No, they called for help. So I
Yeah.
mean,
No, they weren't much of fighters.
Yeah, they otherwise they would have been able to deal with the issue. They wouldn't have to call us.
and we've got Curran and potentially Father in time.
Mm-hmm. My brothers I don't want them here.
Probably not the best to throw them into combat if they're still in training.
Yeah,
I
they
see.
are. They barely have their subclasses yet.
Nah.
What?
What was that?
Nothing.
Yo,
Anyway.
he's scheming.
We didn't really. Yeah, we didn't meet anyone like super powerful that we could call in. Besides that,
No, we're really some of the most powerful people we know, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
so-
us and Chadwick, who is debilitated right
yeah.
now.
So
Yeah.
we can get Divral's arm back.
Hmm.
So he's on. He should be able to help a little bit, maybe at least, maybe.
Yeah.
Because he was our superior, so he must be our level or higher.
Well, we've also leveled a lot since we started, so
He took jobs, right?
Tomato, tomato.
He's survived.
Yeah, he's been here. He's been doing jobs on his own. We haven't seen it. This is our story, not his. Yeah, we haven't really met anyone, have we?
We
not
mostly
really.
just get in, do our shit, and get out.
Yeah.
Sometimes getting banished in the process.
Yeah, I think Nord has a Hail Mary, but I think that's just one more. So
I actually have a Hail Mary as well, now that I think about it.
okay, then we have.
I have my mentor. I don't know if she's alive,
I
but
mean, you'll find out if you use the sending. You know who you're sending it to, and as long as they're on this plane, they can respond.
that doesn't tell. If they don't respond, that doesn't tell me if she's alive or dead. Which
You
she
can tell
also
if
has
the
the
name
option
went
of just
through.
not responding.
No, you
You
tell
would
me.
know if someone, or you would be able to at least guess if someone's alive or dead based off if the sending went through.
Mhm.
I suppose that's true.
Because even
Yeah.
if it fails.
Yeah, you get to know if the message is delivered or not.
It's part of the spell. Can you proc it, Cora? You probably have it somewhere.
Yeah.
This is hilarious because a few weeks ago I was talking about, like, before all of this shit went down, I was like, maybe I'll grab a sending scroll, just like send a message to my mentor and be like, hey, I don't know if you're alive or not, but I hope you're doing well.
By the way, the world's ending and I need your help.
Auntie, please come home.
Oh, you can send it to other planes of existence. Oh, I thought.
Yeah, you just have a
Yeah.
1/4 chance of it failing.
That's not a lot. Well, like, if they're dead, they can answer you from the great beyond. It's fine.
Okay. Sure.
I don't know that
Another
works.
plane of existence.
All right. So sending scrolls to Nort and to Not, and we have like 3 left, and I don't think we're gonna need the 3 unless Maruna has a Hail Mary too.
I think Maruna's Hail Mary is upstairs.
Yeah.
I don't think she's gonna fucking throw
I
hands
might-
with people.
If my mom is alive, we can, we'll see. But I need to talk to my dad first.
I mean,
My Hail Mary is
that's what a
upstairs.
sending
but-
scroll's for, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't think.
I need to talk to my dad. Oogie, oogie, oogie.
You are my dad.
All right. Do you guys want to do the sendings now, or do you want to?
I'd need to think up what the fuck to say.
Okay.
Yes,
We need
so it can
to-
wait a little bit.
We can form a council.
Council of 25.
Yeah.
You have been summoned because you are the only strong people we know.
Yeah.
But yeah, Saris will just be like, if that's all, I'd like to go see my father for now. See if he's awake.
Of course.
Would anyone like to join me?
Would you like
I-
us to join you?
She's squinting at you.
Because it sounds like you are asking
I
if we
can-
could join you.
I can join you, bare minimum. Give you confirmation as to if your father is under the same affliction as Chad. Wick,
That would be helpful. I'm certain I could take him down if needed, but I'd rather not have it come to that.
Well, if he is under similar afflictions, we can try to remedy it.
Well, if you'd like to join me, you can. She's gonna start walking up to the room.
All right. Who else is going up to the room?
Me.
I'll go with. She needs the moral support.
I'm gonna be going up, but I'll be probably breaking off on the way up.
To go
Okay.
see your deal.
So
You-
let's if we're doing that and we know we're gonna have some people break off, I'm gonna use this thing that I used in Foundry. So the first thing I'm gonna do, Chadwick, you're staying downstairs. Foreground layer, this new thing that they've added. We're just gonna oh, you know what, I can just do it this way. There we go. Oops. Aha, set. I can separate the rooms.
It loaded in.
oh, that is so cool.
I made that.
Yeah. And we're gonna have you guys go up to the room where you're going to go in and find You left him laying on the bed, Saris, and when you walk in, he is still just on the bed. A long flight of stairs leads you up to one of the rooms. You use the inn key that you took, and you find him just laying there.
I think for safety, I'm gonna take out. I've actually had this for a while, and I bought it for a reason, and it never came up. I have a rope and entanglement. I'm just gonna say the command word, and have it bind him for now.
Okay. So
If oh,
I don't know. I mean, I'm just refreshing chat.
guys, help me remember, what's the name of the capital besides just capital?
Evernull.
That's where
Thank
we
you.
are.
You know where we are?
That's its name. Where we
Guildhall City.
Yeah, the place we are located.
Yeah, it's just Evernote. But yeah, so you say your command word, and it binds him, legs together, arms together. He still seems fairly catatonic. The slight rise and fall to his chest is the only proof that you have that he's breathing.
Can we search him for eyeballs that aren't on his face?
And can I give him a once over for cracks? Question mark.
I'll also blow another detect magic to see if he has the same siphoning thing that Chadwick had.
Okay. So
Lots of
I'm
stuff
here
going
for
on.
moral support.
Okay, so Venari, go ahead and just give me a investigation check as you just try and see if maybe there's an eyeball hiding somewhere. Saris, you use your detect magic, and I'm gonna say you do sense that same kind of siphoning, of his arcane kind of essence. It's not really defined by a magic school, so, but your detect magic is able to sense that. Nort, the situation is much more dire compared to Chadwick. The cracks that kind of etch your sight and suddenly dictate the framing of Saris's father, they're much larger. There's much less of him here.
Okay.
With that roll, Venari, you don't sense any, you aren't able to find any eyeballs. Any excess
Okay.
eyeballs, I should say. He's got 2 of them, but, you know.
You find no eyes.
Oh no! I think we're clear of any extra prying eyes.
Nort?
This is... I hate to say it, Saris, but this is not looking good. I can only assume he's been under the same effects as Chadwick for much, much longer. To the point that if he returns, I don't know how long he'll last.
I won't be as selfish as to take the gloves away from Chadwick. But can I ask you to do the same thing you did to him, Venari?
Yes, it's the last time I can do it today, though.
You don't have to if you don't want to.
It's worth a shot, right?
Yeah.
I will cast Greater Restoration again.
Okay.
And that is my... I have to use my 7th level spell slot to do so. But it doesn't change. There's like no upcasting stuff.
Gotcha. Okay.
But I am now out of 5th, 6th, and 7th level spell slots for everybody's. Just so
put
you
in the
know.
extra juice.
Me too.
Hopefully we
Nenya.
don't die.
Well, if you die, I at least got Revivify. It's level 3, baby.
Let's do this.
Yeah, no, Nenya's not very happy right now. I'm sorry.
Wiggle him.
Okay, so it goes off, and there is an almost immediate effect.
Oh. Different from earlier?
Yes. As he, as the effects wash over him, his eyes immediately jolt open, and you can see this pure look of terror on his face, as if he's woken up from a nightmare that has plagued him for who knows how long. And he immediately starts to shout, as you can feel, even through the bindings, there's like an arcane force that is radiating off of him. You're not sure what spells he is trying to get off, with his body restrained as it is, but his shouts are the worst part, as he screams about his village being on fire, his missing children, his missing wife. He begs these figures in the dark, essentially, to leave his land and leave his people, and the entire room. I don't know if you guys, I don't know if even Saris has an idea of how much like power her father has, but there is a lot of arcane energy radiating off of him.
I'm just gonna try to like snap him back to reality. I'm gonna like just grab his face and just point it at me. Just by his cheeks, and just like hold his head, just staring at me. Father, it's over. The fight's got over. You're safe. I'm safe. The twins are safe.
I would like a persuasion check.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah! Negative charisma, let's see it.
Come on, baby. We got inspiration.
If there are three,
I'd say it's worth it here.
That's not bad, 14.
That's not bad.
Okay, let's okay. You hold his face and you try and hold his focus. And as he holds his eyes, you can see the shaking of his eyes. This terror finally starts to wane in him just a bit. He goes and he says, Saris, is that you?
Yes. It's me.
God, I feel like I've been sleeping forever.
From my point of view, that could be quite accurate.
Oh, I'm awake now, but the days are short, Saris. The light, it comes and goes as quickly as one can snap their fingers. Where are we? What's going on?
We're in Evernal. Very far south. The last I saw of you, you were fighting against the operations. You were getting people to safety. You sent me and the twins off. And that was several years ago at this point. I found you here. You were attacking a acquaintance of mine. You didn't look like yourself, so I took it upon me to try and stop you. And now you're here.
Years. God damn it, they've taken years from me.
Luckily for us, years are a drop in the pond.
I don't remember much. Waking up in the forest or following in footsteps in random cities. I keep reliving that nightmarish night. But our village, there were survivors, yes?
That I know of, a few. I haven't found Mother yet, but the twins and I are safe. I've been making a living here and taking care of them.
Good. And already his eyes start to droop and his head lowers.
I'm going to speak the command word and get the things off now.
As the restraints start to release, his words come out slower and he says, "What happened to us? The attack. It was planned."
Planned?
There is something beyond our home that evil wanted. And so it summoned those things and burned through us. I'm sorry. And as he says that, Saris, your father is asleep again.
Okay. Not the reunion I wanted. will let him rest. But now we know that whatever's been happening has been a long time in the making. I am just a victim of happenstance.
As it tends to be, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that there's not much more we can do for the moment.
When Curran gets here, I'll ask him what he knows of curses.
The only thing we can do is just kill the thing causing this.
And we will.
I'll make sure of it.
Absolute worst case scenario, killing the thing that's causing this will at least relieve your father of his suffering.
I'd like you to put that in better words.
Best case situation, your father will be able to live after all of this, albeit maybe a bit stunted from the man he once was.
That's fine. I'm strong enough to take care of it from now on.
Okay. So while that conversation happened, Marina, you had taken the time to split off from the group as they went to go and address Ceres' father.
Correct.
Well, what are you doing?
I'm going to head over to the door, to the room that I am aware that Mrs. Marigold is in. Or Ms. Marigold. I will
Okay.
knock on the door.
You give a knock on the door, and it is not long before you hear soft footsteps make their way over. The door unlocks, and you see there we go. That. Let me. There we go. Yep, and you see, I can put her nameplate there now. There we go. You know, I'm just gonna leave it like that. She peeks the door open. She goes, hello again. She kind of slips her way out. She's like, I would invite you in, but the children are already asleep.
Oh, no worries. We can step downstairs, or I also have a room if you would like.
Whichever is more convenient for your... Well, actually, if I could be a bit selfish, I'd prefer to stay upstairs, just in case the children start crying. I can get back to their side quickly.
Absolutely. My room it is then. And I'll lead her. Because I'm assuming we have two rooms and one of them is currently in use.
Yeah. Yeah, you bring over to another one of the cleared rooms of the inn, and you're able to slide your or slide your way inside. There are multiple beds that are kind of spread out. It's meant to house a group, but in this particular case, because everyone else is in the other room, it's empty.
So, what would you like to talk about? I'll go sit on one of the beds.
Oh, I was just I happened to notice, and she kind of motions. She kind of motions to your hand before lifting up her own. The joints for her wrists and each of her fingers, prominent in that doll-like fashion. She goes, well, I've just haven't seen anyone else like me, so I was just curious to how you are, and well, I'm sorry, it's just a little awkward.
Oh, no worries at all. Yes, are you... I'm not sure exactly how to ask, but a Weiss Company product as well?
No, I guess must seem kind of awkward if you're an official product. I ended up like this as a favor that someone owed my family.
I see. I suppose that makes sense. I'm a bit of a relic nowadays. She'll kind of look down. Last of my kind I've seen in a very long time.
Yeah, I've been told that it's fairly rare to see something like us that isn't made of metal and ready for fighting.
Right. It's the way things are nowadays is a bit different than how they used to be. Not that I can't say that I'm not familiar with combat nowadays. She kind of looks down a little bit.
Well, you could have fooled me. You look just fantastic. I struggle a lot with maintenance, even after a lot of time.
I have some similar struggles, but through some interesting coincidences, I happened to run into an old person who used to work on our line, so I've had someone to at least make sure that all my bells and whistles are working, which is nice to have.
I'm sure that person must be fairly old if they were able to work on us. But no need to feel bad, though. A lot of the struggles I deal with are self-inflicted. I can't help myself. Yeah, she tilts her fingers, and you see just ever so slightly what seems to be like dirt or soil comes off of her fingers, and goes, I'm a big fan of gardening, so
I see. She like for a second, like definitely looks like she wants to say something, and then she quiets down again.
So, you're you look like you have the profession of a maid. Are those friends of yours? I think you said that they're your benefactors. Are those the people you're following?
Yes, I stumbled into their interesting band not too long ago. They stumbled upon me in a bad time in my life, or if you can even call what I was doing a life, and helped me find a new reason to keep moving forward. And I owe them everything. Well, not everything. But
I see. I mean, it's fantastic. Having a reason to keep going forward is one of the things that keeps your mind clear. I'm sad to say I've wandered for a long time before settling down here. I've been here for quite a while, just taking up jobs where I can.
I see. It's not the most easy to be in between stable jobs. I have been there a couple times in my long life. You said you're a fan of gardening. I'm not too unfamiliar with it myself.
Her face kind of lightens up, and she says, "It's one of my favorite things to do in the world. It's a very long time ago. I used to have my own garden, my own greenhouse, really, so I could garden year round. It's far off in the past, but I used to try and grow whatever was hard to grow. I liked exotic plants that were bright and colorful and had. I'm sorry. Yes, gardening is a passion of mine. What type of things do you like to grow?"
Well, I've always been a chef is one of the main things that I like to do. So when I can, I'm mostly practical things, just things for stews and garnishes and all that. It's not all that interesting, and I don't think I was ever that good at it.
Sure, that's untrue.
Well, I had a bad example to be the person to be learning from, I suppose. The person who I was teaching was always way better than me.
I see. I'm sorry. It's just I guess after being around for so long, my memory just isn't as clear as it could be. Just I'm not sure. You have to forgive me. The person I remember that had the well, had the same name as you. She's a special person in my past, so I find it hard to I find it hard to speak as if we're strangers. And that's rude. I'm so sorry. It's just she spent a lot of time taking care of my sister and I, and that her just like my home seems to be a very distant memory for me.
I see. Well, I'm sure that if she's still around, she thinks of you more than you probably know. But if she's a distant memory, then she might. I'm aware that we tend to outlive our charges quite a bit. Memories become a bit fuzzy after a while.
It's an unfair thing to get all of this time and not enough space to remember the things that are important. I'm sorry, you've probably have dealt with this longer than I have. I feel like I've been unlucky for a long time, and I feel like I got a bit of that luck back when, well, you said your name and you. Do you happen to live in this city? I would love to just be able to speak with you more on a regular basis.
I suppose you could say that I'm living here now. I am for a tentative member of the Adventurers Guild, but we do call this our home base of sorts. Yeah, I don't see myself relocating anytime soon.
Well, if that's the case, then I would not mind if you if you gave me the ability to seek you out and just have more conversations with someone like me. I stay on I'm usually moving around between ends depending on the job, but if you're in the Adventurers Guild, I can always stop by there and try and seek you out if you're ever around.
Absolutely. I wouldn't mind as long as I'm here. If I'm not here, it means that I'm typically out on some sort of mission. I may be away for a bit soon, as I think we might be heading out again, but after that, I don't plan on leaving for a while. Hopefully.
Oh, that's okay. As you might expect, I have nothing but time. And thinking. So, yeah, if you're not here, I will simply wait.
Absolutely. I'll be sure to come find you and let you know that I am back if I can.
Please do.
It is a big city, so well, hopefully I can find you. She smiles. Oh, I hope this isn't too presumptuous of me, but she'll kind of kind of reach off to her side, and she has her, like the knife kind of on a hilt like behind her, and she'll kind of pull pull the entire sheath off and kind of show it to her, and she goes, there was the person who I thought you reminded me of. I've been trying to give this back to for a long time. I don't know if you would have any need for it. I just thought that maybe she would be happy, even if it's not the correct Elena.
she looks at it for a long while. Before, and it seems like her eyes almost take on a hazy effect as thoughts and memories kind of wipe her mind. The only thing that you're really able to glean from it as your arcane core starts to thrum ever so much is this sense of hope and regret and despair all mixing together. And her hands seem to move unconsciously as she reaches towards one of the many folds of her own like knee length skirt, and one of the folds that it seemed to be tugging a bit more weight than others, it unfolds just slightly, and she produces a dagger of her own, one that you immediately recognize as the twin to the dagger that you're holding.
Her eyes would kind of go wide a bit. And she's just kind of standing there in shock for a moment.
She speaks first and she says, I couldn't find my way home. I ran into the woods, and I don't know, when I saw you, I'd hoped that it was you, and in the same note, I hoped for a moment that you didn't suffer all of the same memories that I did.
I just wanted to know you were okay. That's all there was to it. But you seem happy, which is all I could ask for. I waited so long for you to come home.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I was scared. I didn't know why everything kept happening to all of us. And I found one of Father's friends, and they believed me when I was telling them about just all of these horrible things. And they said that they thought this might be an escape. And I'm sorry. It was stupid. When I
Lena,
woke up, I couldn't remember how to get home. So I just wandered away.
It's okay. Any alternative to you not ending up like everyone else is a good alternative to me. Okay? And I'm just glad that I get to see you again.
We both ended up alone.
Yeah. Not anymore. I'm not gonna let you run off on me again. Not this time.
nowhere else to run to. I can't go too far. You might not find me again.
I'm just gonna run up and I'm gonna give her a hug.
It takes a little bit, the shock kind of holding her back for a second before she wraps her arms around you, and it's in that moment, Maruna, that I need a wisdom saving throw.
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
No!
Jesus Christ! It never ends.
Nope.
Maruna falling down a 30-floor staircase.
Me with persuasion checks and Maruna with wisdom saving throws. It's never.
I'm actually crying right now. You guys don't understand.
I make you some pasta.
Okay. All right. How many inspirations do we have in the pool right now?
3.
3.
Okay, that's good. Okay, that's not bad. 15. I'll take that. That's above average.
Okay. With you both embraced in a hug, Maruna, there's a slight fear, and it etches from the base of your chest all the way up to the brim of your eyes, and you feel them cloud for just a second. You're not sure what's happening, but you can only hope it is not a void sucking away at this particular moment. And thankfully enough, it's not. As that sinking anxiety, that tremble of instability that had been creaking away at your arcane core suddenly blooms in a warmth that you haven't felt for centuries, maybe longer. And it's echoed when Elena finally speaks up. And she goes, "It's warm."
Yeah. That I don't have that feeling a lot these days. I don't have many feelings a lot these days.
It feels like home. With the
Yeah.
garden and the library and all of your home cooked meals.
I've only gotten better.
A sad trade-off that I wouldn't be able to taste it the way I want.
True. I at least still get to find solace in everyone else eating them.
I'll have to find the same solace, and you'll have to deal with a horrible student as I use it as an excuse to stay near you.
Oh no, spend more time with one of my favorite people on the planet.
You've
You like
learned
that one?
You've learned a lot of sarcasm.
I picked it up from Nart. Oh, I should introduce you. Hopefully they'll be done soon. But
It's okay even if they're not. I'm sure that you all have important things to do, and you and I. She kind of pulls herself away from the hug to look at you in the face. Well, neither one of us are bothered for time now.
that is incredibly true. Well, I'm glad that I didn't stop looking.
I'm glad you didn't either. And you hear the sounds of you hear the sounds of the floor start to liven up with the small cries of children, and Elena can't help but let out a small laugh as she says, I learn a bit more every day what you probably went through all of our childhood.
You get used to it, I guess. At least they're timely. They always are.
The city's a mess right now, and they probably still haven't found their parents yet, so I plan on sticking with them until they do, and yeah. They have reason to be upset.
I think so too. All right, well, duty calls.
Yeah, just, well, I'm here. Come find me.
I will.
And she gives you one final look. It lasts a second longer, with her etching the look of what was a distant memory into hopefully future memories before exiting the room. Maruna, that sense of warmth, it takes a few more moments, but it's fleeting with her. And after a moment, you're finally able to settle your center and put back on that mask. If you want.
We'll sleep on it.
And you're able to finish that up around the time that everyone else is now debating the next move, with Ceres's resolve kind of solidifying. I'm gonna get rid of this divider in front of you all.
I need a minute.
Holy shit.
Entire campaign in the making.
Well, I will say, as you all start to bring yourselves back together, it is 1 a.m. my time, and it's midnight in Kiki's time. How do y'all feel? This is a fine place to stop. We can discuss what you guys are doing later.
I did want to have one conversation with Venari, but it could wait to next session.
I have my message figured out, but that also can wait if we're short on time.
We're not. At least I'm not, but I don't know how you all
are. I'm okay to keep going to because if people have things that they want to finish up, I'm totally down for that, but not too much longer probably for me because I do actually have something that I need to be mentally present for tomorrow.
We could do the messages first.
But yeah, the messages and the Venari and the Noct conversation. If you guys want to do that, I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah, I think that should take
because it also sets us up good because then we can cut right back to business on the next session.
Yeah. I feel like at bare minimum the messages and the conversations would help to build into what we'll be doing next time.
I would agree.
Alrighty. So with that, I guess are you all kind of reconvening downstairs? Or are you just making your way over to the room, the other group room?
I don't particularly care where I go.
I can figure out. My message is honestly pretty easy, so we can do Nort's, then we can do mine, and then, yeah.
Okay.
Aruna probably would have said that she would meet you guys all back downstairs, if that probably helped.
Okay, sure, yeah.
Okay. So you all start making your way back downstairs. And Saris, you see to your father's comfort, not sure when his next moment of lucidity would be. And as you all start making your way downstairs, you make sure that your sending scrolls are passed around so that these last few messages of hopefully calls for help get to people who are willing and able. Nort, we were starting with yours.
Really quickly before we do that, do you mind if I do something in the space?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna go to one of the barmaids or like whoever you would have to get a room from.
Mhm.
I'm gonna put a platinum on the table and I'm gonna tell them that I'm paying for Elena's room for as long as she wants it.
Okay. It's a quick tally inside of the book for rooms that are actually being paid for and just not being kind of like used, which they have no problem with. But she takes it and she marks it down. And she gives you a nod.
Cool. All I had to do.
I think for Nord in particular, as everybody is making their way downstairs, they'd kind of lag behind a little bit and fiddling with the sending scroll, get ready to cast it as the idea of what they're going to say comes to mind.
Okay.
Dearest Viston, if you're receiving this, then things are dire. I'd ask for your aid in Evernoll, and in exchange, I'll entertain your curiosities. Sincerely, Nort.
Okay. So a few moments pass by before finally a voice, a haughty voice, kind of calls back over, and it goes, "If you're asking for my help, we're truly desperate. But the rules are more lax in Evernoll and the Grand Duchy. I'll meet you there. You'll explain yourself then."
Well, that was easier than expected. And Nort will just continue downstairs from there.
Okay. It doesn't take long before you all are able to regroup downstairs. If I say anything, it'd probably be Maruna who would join you all last.
All right. I also have mine ready.
Alrighty. Go ahead and send your sending.
All right.
Mistress Nell, if you are alive, I am in dire need of your aid. Please come to Evernoll as fast as possible. Thank you.
There's a moment of relief that strikes you when the magic that you've invoked, at the very least, you can tell has gotten to its recipient. And a voice does respond.
Oh, shit.
If it's a stubborn one like you who has asked for my aid, and your undead are not enough, then I'll simply come to you. Be prepared.
Active threat.
Oh my god.
Fucking ominous!
I have your location and I'm approaching rapidly.
Did you ask for help or summon a duel?
I did explicitly say I need your aid.
How fucked up it would be to call my mom right now?
Do it! You miss every shot you don't take.
You guys can do your thing, and I'll just type.
Yeah. I'm going to say that at about this time that the evening has definitely settled in. The amber rays of the sun kind of filter through the window, and the hustle and bustle outside is slowing down. You can hear the shouts of city guard and mercenaries calling for curfew and for all of the wounded to be taken to the safe areas for prompt healing. But you all have, it seems to be very the least, has this place to yourself with the gathering of other adventurers using this safe space.
I can't believe I managed to compose my message already.
Have at it.
I think Sarah's will just sneak away to do hers. just pickpocket Venari, just get a sending scroll and just go off to this just somewhere else.
Pickpocket Venari.
I need
Hold
this
on.
scroll. Say nothing.
Don't ask her for it like a normal human being. Steal it
She doesn't
from
want
her.
to know. She doesn't want anyone to know.
Her perception is probably high enough. She just sees you take it and just doesn't say anything.
It's literally I managed to do this somehow. Dear mother, I found father. He's not doing well. If you are still alive, I pray you can come help. We need you. Saris.
Did you wanna add in where you were?
I forgot.
Notably, I will say, people don't need to just sign the message with their name. The person knows who it's from. Like,
Oh yeah, but it's more
that's
funny
part
that
of
way.
the spell. But you're wasting a word.
I mean, I like it, but I understand. Let's see.
So not necessary.
I got it. I changed
We
it.
Evernol.
Okay.
You just need to talk like caveman for message.
Dear mother, I found father. He's not doing well. If you are alive, I pray you can come help in Evernull. We need you. Saris. Still 25, and it's got what I wanted.
Gotcha.
You flipping a coin to see whether or not she's alive.
It's just letting the silence set the tone. You finally are met with a relief that shakes your shoulders when the magic's intention reaches the recipient. And it takes a few moments, long enough to where you're not sure if you should expect a response at all. When finally you hear a rougher voice come in, but the tone of your mother, the peerless ranger of your people, does respond. I'm glad to know you and your father are safe. I will come when I can. I'm currently hunting those responsible.
Oh.
The women in our family are just built different, I guess.
She's standing on business right now.
Dad gets brainwashed, mom goes fucking on a killing spree. She's the John Wick of the family. They kicked her dog. Her dog's the husband.
Kidnapped her dog.
Bro.
But yeah, that's the response that you get.
I'll just silently go back to the party, and she'll seem a little calmer. And just sit there.
I take it everything went well?
Looking
Just
at all three who sent messages.
She looks at you and goes away.
Surprisingly. I never considered my mentor actually has survived till today, though I shouldn't entirely be surprised, I suppose.
I've called in a favor that I may need to act on, lest I get involved in yet another duel, but otherwise things are well.
Then this must be quite the relief for everyone.
In a manner of speaking.
We must look to the silver linings in situations such as these.
You are very correct.
In which case, then, I suppose we needn't worry too much, aside from keeping an eye on that map and getting as much rest as we can. While we still can.
Seems like a wise choice. I am very tired after today.
Okay. Let's see. Let's do this. And let's do this.
She's dead!
Fun!
No, just have whenever you
They
win.
threw her in the fire.
Oh my god.
I miss my little sister. They got rid of my little sister.
Ash baby
Fucking
meme.
Thanos.
I don't feel so good.
Oh, that
Mr.
reminds me. I found a version of that wasn't made by AI.
So,
Oh, yeah, I guess I should have asked. Did she end up taking the dagger, Anthem, or did she not take it from?
she didn't take it from you. She left hers with you.
Ah,
Congrats.
good to know.
Now you have
to-
2 daggers.
You guys don't understand how long I've been waiting for this because these daggers were built to be as a pair, and I
Nerfed yourself for a majority of the game.
It's because when I wrote them, I was like, "Yeah, that's good," and Anthem was like, "Yeah, they are pretty good. You're probably not gonna get one of them at the start." I was like, "That's fine."
But it's with those messages sent. Your allies on their way. Maybe. Who knows? Are they allies? Some of you aren't sure. But the city is recovering. You all are recovering. To what strengths you will need in order to conquer the things you've seen is yet to be known. But what you do know is that this city has persevered the madness that struck it. And so will you all. Next session.
Good session.
Ooh.
Alrighty. That session was heavier than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a bit.
Getting everyone to cry just a little
Yeah, just a little bit. Oh wait, I have to unattune from something now. That's fine. I don't need this fucking ring that I've been attuned to for forever.
But we're going to find some time to talk. we're gonna see what I can get ready by Tuesday. That'll dictate whether we have a gamer Tuesday. But if we do, we're gonna figure out where you guys are going, what you guys are doing. I might have to find some NPCs. We might have another planning session as you all try and coordinate the resources that you're trying to gather. You've seen what's out there. It's fucking crazy. For now, though, I get to say it out loud now. Thank you so much, Sleeper Hit, for the 24 months. It's 2 years.
Yippee!
Wahoo!
And thank you everyone who dropped by. And I'm gonna go and try and find someone for us to raid. I don't know if anyone's live right now. There are probably plenty of people who are live, but are any of them playing D&D? Also, while it's not going to affect anything going on quickly, just for listeners out there, we're having a new game that's going to start soon-ish.
Hell yeah. Soonish.
We're cooking.
Yeah, it's in the planning. We're going to get some stuff
We are
down.
cooking.
Let's do this. But yeah, it's gonna be oh god. I'm sorry, I was looking at somebody to raid and these guys have been going for 10 hours.
Oh god.
That's normal.
Perfect time to
That
raid.
was us in the beginning, to be honest.
That's normal. That's fine.
That's fair.
I don't know if we got that in us anymore.
Okay, so I guess if we're not raiding someone who is playing D&D, because it looks like their raid actually is in the midst of going out. All right. Does anyone have someone that we can raid? Anyone in particular you want to send us off to in a great community?
The only person that I have is a Return Return streamer who probably that none of you know.
Unfortunately, I've only got the super cool and epic Anthems
Oh
archive.
my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the only other people that I follow on Twitch that also play D&D aren't streaming right now.
I don't particularly know anyone streaming at the moment either.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
It's a dead Sunday.
I guess it is
Yeah.
Sunday. People are sleeping. That's all right. You don't necessarily need to raid out. I will just leave you all to scatter amongst the wind, find your own more entertainment, or maybe find some rest. Who knows? Just make sure you're taking care of each other. You might see us all on Tuesday. You might see us all in 2
The
weeks'
following
time.
Tuesday.
Yeah, the following Tuesday. But in either case, we will see you all later. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.